over the years you accumulate a decent amount of contacts, and so for the most part it's all self-booked though. Like, we're not with an agency.
I sort of lead a double life, and I play a professional sport abroad. So doing that, I don't have as much time finding shows and working on that side of things. So I have to go through a middleman. So promoters, especially for hip-hop, are big. So the thing that I do is, instead of hitting up the venues constantly, like sending in demos to venues, you're trying to keep in contact with them, I find the promoters that set up the shows, that do the events, and that know multiple venues.
A lot of relationship building. I do keep in touch with certain booking agencies that I work with, also just, certain clubs and bars and owners and managers of those places. You just go there, do a good job, and just stay in touch, keep that, cultivating that relationship.
If you were not responding immediately to emails, if you were not keeping in contact with your bookers, you're not going to get shows.
You have to beg, you have to say yes to everything. Yes, I will play your benefit. Yes, I will play in your barn for 3 people. Yes, I will do that, and I'll play for 5 hours, yes. And now it's really fun because we've been playing for so long, and I think that we've done a good job, and we work hard, so now the emails come to us, which is fun.
I started doing open mics. That way you get to meet people, you get to meet the managers there, you get to meet the different bands, and it's a good way to network. And I think networking is the biggest way to get anything.
We started putting on our own shows, and in doing that, then local clubs kind of saw what was going on and hit us up after we had tried to reach out to them with no communication back and forth. So they saw, they're like, oh, they're not bullshitting around. Like, they have people want to come out and see them.
I really think that's the old saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I think that's probably, gigging is probably, that applies to that process the most.
In the beginning, before I'd say we're like a little more established now, but when we were first getting going, we kind of relied on like friends who were already in bands, like our buddies from college had a band, so they would like bring us on to their shows, so we'd meet other bands at the bill.
I just keep this giant spreadsheet, now we do it online, but just a master database of venues by market. We start to expand that over time, so it includes more and more cities. We try and keep it all up to date with contact information on who the booking agents are, how to get a hold of these places, the last time we played there, how much money we make every time we play. So we track all of that.
I've always found that like there's a very collaborative and like there's a really good camaraderie between Baltimore bands. For sure, more so in like a lot of other cities.
Battling's always been a big part of hip-hop, and passing the mic around. But at the same time, it's an interesting paradox because you also have this community and this sense of camaraderie as well, and people putting on for the ones that they came up with, and also you having these ciphers where a rapper will get up and freestyle, go like I'm the best and perform, and then he'll pass the mic to someone else, and that person will perform and then pass the mic.
All I know is our scene, but I mean, everyone just loves each other, and it's so wonderful.
The thing about being like an artist or a songwriter, even a producer, is your competition's everyone. Like, you're competing against everyone. I'm competing against the songwriter next door to me. I'm competing, especially with social media now, you're competing with people in LA, New York. So competition's everywhere. But at the same time, with that being said, I would love to see them succeed.
I don't know that we feel a lot of competition, and I think that comes back to being comfortable with who we are and where we are. I think we I don't want to say we're envious. We're happy for other bands when they're doing things that are exciting. We would like to emulate what they're doing. I don't know that that's competition. I think that's us saying that's terrific. We know where we are. We'd like to be at that spot. I don't know that it's competition so much as it is just
camaraderie more so than competition.
I
think it's natural to feel some competitiveness
totally
towards people. Yeah, I mean, I think it's totally natural to be like, you want to rise above other people in the scene, but at the same time, it's also fun to know people in bands and be like, kind of support each other.
There are bands that we love working with, that we've played shows with or been on the same bill, and whenever a promoter says, hey, we need one more, you should check out these guys. You'll like that.
Exactly.
And all you look for is that just to be reciprocated.
we have such a good bond with each other that like we vibe off of each other on the stage. So
Yeah,
there could be no one out there,
absolutely.
and we're gonna be up there, you know, rocking out still and vibing off of each other.
I do a lot of cover gigs, but like I'll throw in originals here and there, and like those always seem to snap me out of it.
This is my job and I get paid to do this, and I'm incredibly lucky that someone was like, hey, I'm gonna pay you to sing to me. Like, that doesn't even seem real when you say it like that. Like, I'm getting paid to sing, like, what is that? But I think that's one thing you really have to, I really think about is like, okay, I'm getting paid to do a job the same way anyone else is getting paid to do a job, and there's tons of people that are sick every day and they go in to do their job. So that's what and a lot of throat lozenges.
The best way to make yourself feel better is to go put on a show. I mean, you know, like when you have to just put on a happy face and go to work and you force yourself to go through the motions, I mean, you just feel better. And I mean, the happiest that Jamie ever is when we are on stage and he's just digging into that bass and we are interacting. I mean, it's just medicine.
No one has to know I have a fever. Like, I'm sick. I just gotta kill it.
Just in you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recreational chemistry.
I remember back to a day in Philadelphia, we played in a hotel room that was supposed to be booked as a big other thing, and it wasn't. And we were just like, you know what?
Yeah, I remember.
Let's just go do
You're
this.
Right.
And it was a moment
that was
where
a ridiculous situation. It had nothing to do with how we felt, but it was like the expectations of what the show was supposed to be and then what it ended up being. And we just basically looked around and said, all right, let's try to blow the doors off this place too.
Once the adrenaline kicks in, you don't.
I guess adrenaline.
Yeah, that's it.
Somebody is there, you are somebody else's Friday night. If I have a sore throat, I might not be at my best vocally, but, you know, fuck it.
Show
You got
must
it.
go on.
Typically smoke a bowl.
Finding the stage manager or the sound man, checking in for sure. Just going over the advance, making sure all the logistics, you know, everyone's on the same page, load in, sound check, all that stuff.
Just running the show.
Yeah.
Check in with them. Just run through. Okay, I'm playing from this time to this time, and what do you want? What do you need from me? This is what I expect from you. What do you expect from me? That sort of thing.
Right.
Just make sure we're all on the same page. No surprises.
My first thing I do is I'll order food now because I used to not do that, and I just did not enjoy myself for the first hour or two.
Where do I load in? You know, where am I going to put my gear if I have been there before? What's the state of the place? Does everything look like it's good and ready to go for the night?
I smile. I meet everyone. I think it's so important to meet the staff, to meet the other bands and artists, because I want everyone to like me before I step on stage. You know what I mean? Like, I want everyone to be excited to watch me.
You got to be gig ready. If you're not gig ready, like, I mean, if I had the room and muscles, I'd bring 3 amps just in case one of like a tube blew or something like that.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing is when you walk in a venue and you look at it, you know you've been there seeing another band play that you love rocking to, and you're like,
Excited
and you sit up on that stage and you're like, I'm gonna rock you guys tonight.
I like to find, if there's a backstage area, I like to find that and just kind of breathe for a second, because it's a lot, because you getting to the gig, parking, and getting your gear and setting up, and after sound check I just kind of like decompress for a second.
Past bringing all my gear from the van to the venue is find whoever gonna do front of house.
Everything is subject to change, so if there's a crowd that's particular acting a certain way or want, you know, we'll definitely be receptive to that.
I like to interact with the crowd.
Right,
I like
exactly.
to go into the crowd and get topics, and we'll come up with freestyles from the crowd.
Oh yeah?
And we'll make up songs depending on how the crowd's going and what's going on. And I'm always like, you know, running into the crowd, pointing things out. Like in between, I'm talking with them, I'm going back and forth, I'm making jokes. So the crowd does dictate it from that perspective. But from the performance itself, like I'm bringing it no matter how many people are there.
If everyone's having a good time, you're gonna have a good time on stage.
If the crowd's lit and it's live and people are crowd surfing and going nuts, of course, like that's I'm gonna get way more into it.
It's just fun for us because someone else is having fun, and then we just play a little faster, a little louder, and just keep going with it.
When there's a crowd there, some of our shows have been really packed up. We just like, it's everything. You get down, people are singing the songs with you. It just pulls you up.
We play a lot better when people are engaged.
It's seriously, it's true. It's true. Everyone does.